Today, we're going to talk about some of the fast food chains that have gone the way of the dodo. You might remember some of these places, but trust me, you're better off not being able to visit them anymore. First up, we have Burger Chef. This place was known for its Big Chef burger, which was basically a rip-off of the Big Mac. But hey, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? Unfortunately, the chain had a major data breach in the 80s, which ended up being a death sentence for the company. Next on the list is Chi-Chi's. This was a Mexican fast food chain that had a pretty decent following. But unfortunately, they had a major hepatitis outbreak in 2003 that killed 4 people and made over 600 others sick. Needless to say, that was the end of that. Remember when KFC tried to get into the pizza game? Yeah, that didn't go so well. Kentucky Fried Chicken introduced the KFC Crispy Pizza in the 90s, but it was a major flop. I mean, who wants to eat pizza from a place known for its fried chicken? Speaking of pizza, do you remember Pizza Hut's Criazzo pizza? Yeah, me neither. But apparently, it was a thing in the 80s. It was a deep dish pizza with layers of meat, cheese, and veggies. But it was also really expensive, so it didn't stick around for long. Moving on to Long John Silver's. Now, this place was known for its seafood, but let's be real, who goes to a fast food joint for seafood? The chain tried to switch things up by adding chicken and burgers to the menu, but it was too little, too late. Long John Silver's is now just a distant memory. Remember when Taco Bell tried to make a breakfast menu? Yeah, that was a disaster. They introduced the Bell Beefer in the 70s, which was basically a sloppy Joe with taco sauce. Needless to say, it didn't catch on. Do you remember the Super Bar at Wendy's? It was an all-you-can-eat buffet that included salads, pasta, and chili. But it was also a breeding ground for germs, so it's not surprising that it didn't last very long. Moving on to Roy Rogers. This was a fast food chain that was known for its roast beef sandwiches. But unfortunately, the chain had a major identity crisis and tried to switch things up by adding burgers and chicken to the menu. Needless to say, it didn't work out. Do you remember the MC Pizza at McDonald's? Yeah, me neither. But apparently, McDonald's tried to compete with the likes of Pizza Hut and Domino's by introducing a pizza to their menu in the 80s. But it was a logistical nightmare and the pizzas took too long to make, which led to long wait times for customers. Needless to say, it didn't stick around for long. Moving on to the last chain on our list, we have Hardee's. Now, this chain is still around, but back in the 90s, they tried to introduce a line of healthy items called lean options. But let's be real, who goes to Hardee's for a salad? The chain quickly realized its mistake and went back to focusing on burgers and fries. And there you have it, folks, 10 fast food chains or chain ideas that are no longer with us. While some of these chains may have had their moments, it's probably for the best that they're not around anymore. But hey, at least we have the memories, right? So what do you think? Did we miss any of your favorite terrible fast food chains or chain ideas? Let us know in the comments below. Now, excuse me while I go cry into my burger about the state of the fast food industry. It's a rough life being a fast food expert. But in all seriousness, it's important to remember the impact that fast food has had on our culture and our health. While it may be tempting to indulge in some greasy goodness every once in a while, let's not forget the consequences.